Many of you know that I worked on Capitol Hill for several years for the United States Senate in my earlier days after I got out of the Marine Corps. And there was something that always was peculiar to me, and I think it's a common thing that people don't understand about Congress and how people, members of Congress, this case the Senate, how they act. My good friend across the aisle, they really try to feign as though they have this gentlemanly friendship, even though we disagree fundamentally on how to run the country. We can still reach across the aisle and shake hands and be friends. I don't understand how this works when you have one party that is absolutely dedicated to the prospect of destroying democracy in America, to oppressing marginalized groups and historically abused groups. I don't understand glad-handing and being friends with. And then there's people who take it a step further and actually do the good work of both legislating for progress, making our world and our country a better place, while also holding Republicans to account, calling it like they see it, dealing with reality on reality's terms. And Jasmine Crockett is one of these people. Yesterday, I wasn't going to do anything today, it's Saturday, but I watched this segment on Jimmy Kimmel last night, and I had to talk about it. I'm going to play three segments, very brief. I think each one's about a minute long or so. And the first one is really her just, we're going to get to her calling it like it is. She calls Marjorie Taylor Greene dumb or stupid in so many ways a couple of different times, and I think that's important. We'll talk about why in a minute. But first, I'm going to play the first segment where she kind of outlines what took place with the Bleach Blonde, bad-built, butch body moment. And it's very funny, but I think it's also instructive. So watch this.
Now that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us what led up to that? Or is there anything that we didn't see that precipitated that?
No, it's just that Marjorie is a little slow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Yeah. So, what most people don't know is that on this particular day, we were supposed to have our hearing at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Instead, it wasn't until 8 p.m. They were trying to compete with you for ratings, I guess.
Why?
C-SPAN.
Why
C-SPAN trying to get it up. But nevertheless, what it was is that they had gone to New York because they wanted to be by Trump's side as he was in trial.
So you had to wait for them?
So we had to wait for them to come back.
Oh.
So then, and the hearing was supposed to be about the AG, right? So we're supposed to be talking about AG Merrick Garland. And she starts talking about Judge Merchan. So now I'm upset because it's already late at night. I've been here all day, ready to work. Y'all aren't here. And you're still talking about that failed trial. So I had to ask her if she understood because she's not the brightest.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And ultimately, she, just
She attacked
decided,
you,
she
personally.
Did. She did.
Yeah, she started it.
She did.
Did you have that phrase? What was it again? Bleach Blonde.
Bad built.
Bad built.
Butch body.
Butch body.
That's right.
Was that? It's so good.
Every time. So look, why? What efficacy is there? What benefit does it provide to continue the illusion that Marjorie Taylor Greene is a normal person, that she's a decent person? Marjorie Taylor Greene is vile, and in any other reality, she would not be gifted power like she has. She stalked a school shooting survivor across the Capitol grounds before she was in Congress. She believes wild and insane conspiracy theories in the QAnon universe. She is an anti-Semite. She is an Islamophobe. She is a bigot. She abuses trans people. She's the worst of us. So why go through the rigmarole, the nonsense to my good friend across the aisle? We just have differences of opinion. No, absolutely not. Now, the next clip is getting to the fallout from the Bleach Blonde, bad built, butch body Marjorie Taylor Greene. And if they've run into one another, and also what Jasmine Crockett's colleagues and Marjorie Taylor Greene's colleagues, how the reception has been with them for Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
Have you seen her, Marjorie, since the incident?
Yeah.
You have?
Finally.
And is it civil or no?
We don't talk.
You don't talk, yeah. No. Is she the dumbest person in the House of Representatives?
I'd be hard-pressed to find someone dumber.
I get the sense that it's not just Democrats that don't like her.
Oh, no. Like, her people don't like her either.
Her people don't like her either.
No.
So after that, did you get Republicans going, good one?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you did?
So,
wow.
So soon after, I saw a couple of Republican women that were like, wink, wink. And they were like, and then I do have a few text messages from some Republican men. And then I've had some Republican men walk up to me and say, I love your eyelashes. You better.
So, of course, Republicans aren't on board with Marjorie Taylor Greene's antics. Her clout chasing, her nonsense, her conspiracies, her lies, her distractions, her chaos. They're not into it for the most part. I'm sure there's a handful of morons out there who are in league with her, but it's a lot of show. It's a lot of for the cameras. They have to put on a unified front. Now, this appearance from Jasmine Crockett on Jimmy Kimmel Show was not all making fun of the stupidity, the objective idiocy of Marjorie Taylor Greene. It actually ended with important messaging about the campaign, about what's at stake and why it's so important to be involved in this election and vote for Joe Biden to secure our democracy, to preserve our republic. Watch this, the most important part of the interview.
I guess the president, his campaign, people saw this and they said, we need to send you out on the road to spread the good word, yes?
Yes.
Yes. And so you've been doing that?
I have.
And what do you tell people? Like, what's your message to people?
It's not about Bleach Blondes.
Right.
No. I really have.
For sure, because he's running against one.
I've been trying to make sure that people understand that this election should be about them. We spend so much time focusing on the name, right? But the reality is that the only way we get anything done is if there is a strong team in place. And I can tell you that I have the best team that money cannot buy. That is for sure. And so it's about making sure that we've got the House Democrats and that we end up with the Speaker Jeffries instead of MAGA Mike, right? It's about making sure that we hold on to the Senate and that we have the White House. And so people should look at this election and be very selfish about it and say, you know what? I've got to do what's right for me. So when you look at what people are offering, what their platform is, whether it's, aligned with making sure that the convicted Orange Jesus is going to be praised, or if it is really one that focuses on the reality that, yes, we are doing well from a statistical standpoint on the economy, but that there's so much more that we need to do. We still know that housing is a struggle. So many people are not able to build that generational wealth because they can't buy a home right now because of interest rates, or the fact that the cost of food is still really high, while my Republican colleagues are saying things like, we need to cut $30 billion in SNAP benefits when people only get $6 a day in the first place. And that's the only way that we get a farm bill. Like, really just doing the research and saying, I deserve a better America, a more perfect union. And does it look like divisiveness, or does it look like someone who at least may not be perfect and I may not agree with wholeheartedly, but I know he's at least working for me?
Yeah, well, there you go.
Look, I think that is brilliantly stated. That you're not hiring someone in a president to vote for them, to hire them for the job, based on their perfection. You may not agree with everything that Joe Biden does or the policies. I don't. There would only be one person with whom I would agree on everything, and that's me. And I'm not running for president. So this is fantastic. This is a great message. And also not abiding by the time-honored nonsense of trying to act like you're good friends, you just have disagreements about the most important issues of our day, about protecting marginalized communities. Anyway, what do you think? I would love, did you see this? If you just saw it now, what's your opinion? We can have a conversation in the comments. You can also call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you want to help support this work, help me do what I do, you can click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Those are great ways to support. You can also buy some merch. Go to dollemore.info. That'll redirect you to the Teespring store. All of those purchases go a long way to making this content and reaching the millions of people that I do on a monthly basis. I love and appreciate you. I will see you next time. Be genuine. Call it like it is. Take care of one another.